All right, I'm going to share with you how to generate either yourself, your client, or anyone, your sister, mother, brother, with an AI image generator that beats all the AI image generators. And this is the exact process you want to follow to be able to do it correctly, meaning you have super high quality social media ready headshots. I'm going to tell you the majority of tutorials fail to share with you what I'm about to show you. Following these steps is super critical. If you follow them correctly, you will have amazing images every single time. And this is actually the third time I'm recording this tutorial because I tried the new models, I tried a different approach, and none of it worked. So I'm genuinely telling you, if you follow these steps, they will produce the kinds of images you see me create, like so. And then we have another tutorial to share with you how to take these beautiful images that are so well done and just like dialed in and turn it into moving videos with Sora, which is a whole nother super fun thing. All right, so first of all, let's talk about how to actually do this. You need several things. You need some images of yourself or the person you're going to regenerate. I'm going to share with you exactly what images you need. You also need to sign up to Flux through the foul.ai playground. Very, very simple to do that. You're going to just go to Google and type in foul Flux. And you're going to get a direct link to foul.ai/Flux. You can also do that. And you're going to click try it now. Flux is an image model by Black Forest Labs. You don't have an interface, so you have to run it through an AI playground. Don't let that scare you. AI playgrounds are very simple to use. You usually sign up for them through a GitHub type of login, a developer's login. I am not a developer. I'm not a coder. Those things scare me. I'm not that technical. I'm far more creative, but I was able to understand this and do it pretty simply. So once you click try it now, you're going to see a sign in screen to GitHub. You want to either sign up or sign in. Once you're signed in, you're going to see a screen that looks just like this. If you don't know how to get back to it, just go to Google again, type in Flux foul.ai. That's going to get you straight to foul.ai/Flux. You should be signed in now. Now you can click try it now and you'll be in. So you want the Flux LoRa. The reason we do that is the LoRa is a mechanism. It's a way to train Flux. And we need to train Flux on what we look like to be able to get that super high quality, beautiful image generation. So you don't want to use any Flux LoRa. It's very important that you use this one, the Flux-LoRa. You don't want to use the in-painting. You don't want to use the Pro Trainer. You don't want to use the ultra fine-tuned. It will not get you where you want to go. You want the plain Jane Flux LoRa text to image. Once you click on that, you're going to be looking at the right model. Now you're going to click training. You're going to click train Flux LoRa. And here's where you're going to train it on yourself. So the images you need are very specific. You need a very good image of your face. You don't want or need your whole body. In fact, that will confuse the model. You want a super great image of your face. Why? I want this. I want to be able to recreate myself as anyone, in anything, wearing anything, in any setting, but I want my face to be super accurate. And this is what most people miss when they're training an AI image generator. They're like, oh, I need my whole body, so let me zoom out. You don't have a clear picture of your face, and that's what you want to train the Flux LoRa on. So whenever we train the Flux LoRa, men are terrible at selfies, and so poor Dave Shapiro did not have any selfies of himself. Whenever we went to create this, look how amazing this turned out. These are our podcast promotional images. Something that you're going to learn how to do in this tutorial is capture the personality of people, right? That's very important. I'm going to talk through that in a second. So look, we captured his cognitive, quirky expressions perfectly. Look at this one. This one's so good. This is so Dave. It's unbelievable. I did the same process I'm showing you to my pastor, who is a very quirky, unique individual, and it was so dramatically on point. He actually showed it behind him on a giant 12-foot screen at church. It was hilarious. But that's what you want. You want these so dialed in that people are like, oh, and they stop the scroll and they don't want to keep going and they want to fixate on your image because that looks just like you. How did you do that? That's when you've done AI correctly, when it's truly human-like. All right, so back to the training. An image of your face. If it's a screenshot, that's fine. It needs to be an image of your face, and you need at least 5. Something I did, I wanted to recreate my friend Debbie on a skyscraper for her business debut, doing something, launching something. So I stalked her Facebook, and I got little screenshots, images of her. If I could go back in time, I would have actually deleted the ones of her zoomed out, because we don't need those. We really just need her face. And it works really, really well. I've tested this several times. All right, so let's go back to Dave Shapiro. So once we've done that, zipped up that image, collected images, I'm getting ahead of myself, collected images, you're gonna put them in a single folder. Very important, you're gonna label the images in that folder and the folder itself. You're gonna label that folder with a trigger word. That trigger word is what you're gonna type in to call up that training in the model. All that looks like is a name. So our trigger word is Dave Shapiro. It could be your name. That's usually what I do. For this one, I just put Debbie, which is a little too generic because there could be too many Debbies. So in hindsight, not the best idea. For this one, of course, my trigger word was my name. No spaces, one word. You don't want a common word as a trigger word. You really want like a name. So when you're in the training, let's go back to Train the Flux Laura. You're going to pick a zip, and you're going to have that zip zipped up and ready to upload, right? So I showed you that we've got these images of Dave, and we've got 5. They're properly labeled, and now we can zip them. So now we can upload that zip. And here's very important, you're going to put in the trigger word, that name, not the full folder, the name, Dave Shap. All right, and then you're going to click start. That's it. You're not going to mess with settings or anything. And then you'll see in the training history, the training has started. Within 10 to 15 minutes, you'll be able to come back and run the inference. Anytime you want to get back to it, you just click training and you're going to see your training history show up. So let's run the inference. The inference, which is mine, unfortunately I can't really name these, unless you can. No. Data archive format. If you can name the training file, that'd be really cool in the training history. But we'll leave that alone. I don't want to mess with the process. All right, so once you've uploaded it, you'll be able to run it. Like I said, 10 to 15 minutes, come back, you'll see it completed. When it's completed, you can click this little button, Run Inference. It's going to take you to this screen where you can then begin prompting to get your output. So here's what that looks like for me. So for me, I'm usually selecting my image size. This is a portrait, so that's like an Instagram story image, right? This is a square for Instagram. We've got landscape, which is perfect for like a WordPress header image, that kind of thing. Custom, that's great too. All right, and then we type in a prompt and then we hit run. I don't mess with any of the settings. The settings are usually super dialed in. If you mess with them, you tend to add wrinkles and aging to your face, or you create a blur that's not that great. So leaving it default is a pretty great way to run the model as is, and it's really good. So here's a prompt I usually put in. I put in the subject's name first, my trigger word, and then I say what I want that person to act as or appear as, and then I add a setting. So for me, my favorite by far, this is almost a trademark now in my images, is golden hour, because it just, the sunlight hitting that, it's so pretty. And then I add accessories. So she's going to put a crown on. And then I add any background scene specifics. I highly recommend a background scene, because if you don't do that, it tends to duplicate your face. I'm sure that will be gone eventually, but that is a known error in the Flux model. So like you'll have a potentially dozen faces behind you of yourself, which is quite uncanny. So if you put a setting in the background, you'll eliminate that. This image just came out beautifully. So again, the prompt pattern is your trigger word. What do you want that person to be? What kind of character? Dressed as how? And then the style of the image, golden hour, nighttime, sky, twilight, neon lights, that kind of thing, right? Keep it simple. I found that simple really gets you further. Crown on, accessories. Specific accessory for me is the crown, and then robot army behind her. You can also add dressed in all black, dressed in leather, things like that. Mess with it. Absolutely have fun. You don't have to have the exact same pattern of the prompt. But if this is your skeleton and you just build from there, you also won't go wrong. All right, there you go. That's it. Have fun, conquer the world with some great AI images, and definitely check out the other training as well, how to take these images into Sora and create moving videos out of what you've done.